Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mitanshi Agarwal. I'm a certified resume writer, career coach, and an HR professional from over half a decade. And today's topic is something which I get asked a lot, that is, what happens in the background verification if you have employment overlaps. And this situation is becoming increasingly common due to moonlighting, freelancing, side hustle, and dual employment situations. So today we will discuss about what's acceptable and what's problematic. Now let's clarify what are employment overlaps and different type of employment overlaps. First type of overlaps are legitimate overlaps. This is when you are serving notice period in company A while you receive a offer letter from company B and that company B asks you to join early. There are usually lapse of few days or sometimes weeks. This is the most general and the most manageable scenario. Moving on to the second scenario, that is freelance or consulting work alongside your full-time job. So you are working a full-time job, alongside you have this freelance work, consulting, or some side project or some side hustle business. So this time sometimes overlaps from months to years. Moving on to the third scenario, that is moonlighting or dual employment. This is when you are doing two full-time jobs without either of the employee knowing, and this is becoming increasingly common due to this remote options. Let me tell you, this is the most controversial and the most risky employment overlap. Moving on to the fourth scenario, that is overlaps due to job transitions, where while you're working with company A and there are some delays due to documentation and everything, and there are sometimes overlap of days, and this is completely okay. Now let's discuss what happens behind the scenes of the background verification process. So when the agency finds out that you have employment overlaps, be it with the information you have provided them or through your UN number, it immediately raises a red flag. Then they flag it for review. They will ask you for the clarifications, then they will have it clarified from both the employers, and then they generate a report for the hiring manager. And let me tell you the most important thing. Critical part is the background verification agencies doesn't make the final call. They just simply jot down all the points, make a report, and give it to the HRs. Then the new employers, HR, and the hiring managers decide whether to make this overlap acceptable, and it is completely dependent on what type of overlap it is. Does it align with the company policy, and about your explanation also, how you have handled the matter. And now let me give you a very honest HR opinion on various scenarios of overlaps. So the overlaps which are due to the notice period, to job transitions, are very acceptable. But the problematic overlaps are dual employment or overlap of employment with the competitors. Here the major issues arises. Now let's discuss about the strategy. So I'll be honest with you, it varies from situation to situation and what type of overlap is it and what is the duration of the overlaps. But I will be giving very general scenarios and what you can do into it. And if you need any personalized sessions, you can book with me. I will link the sessions link below. So the first step is assess your overlap situation very carefully. And for that, just log into a UN number and see how many days overlap it is it. And then try to find out the nature of the overlap. Was it in notice period? What was it because of freelancing work? Or was it due to the dual employment? And then the second step should be document everything, be it your offer letter, pay slips, notice periods, email configurations, freelancing contract, be it everything. So now the third step should be disclosure of your overlaps. It varies from situation to situation, but I would still suggest disclose to your new HR after you have received the offer letter. Tell them you have this overlaps and these are the documentation regarding it. It will be very good for you if you will tell the new HR before your BGV starts. It will give you a leverage that you come upfront regarding it and you didn't wait for them to find it out. Now let me address some common scenarios. So first is moonlighting. So if you have done employment with two companies, now you want to switch the job, so your chances are less but not zero. So first thing when asked or when you disclose, just mention why you did it, be it financial reason or performance reason, and be very clear about it, and do make it a point that you performed well in both the jobs. If directly asked, and if employment is less, then I have seen people showing it sequential. This is not I'm suggesting, this is risky, but still I can tell you lots of people do, and it works sometimes. Another common scenario that I get a lot is you started a new job while your notice period got extended. So your resignation got accepted, and but then they extended your notice period due to knowledge transfer or project, be it anything. And this situation is very common. So you can just tell the new HR that you were in this situation and both the parties knew, and you handled the situation professionally and used to provide some hours of service in the evening time to the previous company. There are more scenarios, but I will be covering these two and maybe more scenarios in the upcoming video. Moving on to the common questions I get related to this topic. One is dual employment illegal? So, dual employment is usually not illegal, including India. So, it's not illegal, but you do sign some contracts with the company which says you will be not working with some another company, and this shows your conflict of interest. This can also give right to the company to terminate you, to get the benefits back, recovery of your bonuses or benefits, potential legal actions in some rare cases. To be very honest, from the HR perspective, if I tell you, a dual employment and any other overlap is not an issue. It's about transparency and the company policy. Sometimes we have seen the candidates in which we give a green tick to the background verification if they tell us honestly the story and it matches the situation and everything and get verified with the both the employers. So in the end, I would just like to say, if you are in the situation, don't panic. Assess it carefully and document it and communicate it very clearly. If you think you are in some serious issue, try to get out of it by building a scenario and by looking at different options what you can go for, instead of just hoping you don't get discovered, because the probability of you getting discovered is more at this time when even mid-sized companies are getting background verification done, and all things are connected to your UN. If this video helped you, please hit a like button and subscribe to my channel for more HR insights and career advice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.